Some little difficulties, and I do apologize for that, guys. Killer Whisk here, baby. You already know what time it is. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell to understand we are live at 7:30 p.m. on Fridays. Thank you all for subscribing, checking out our videos, liking, and commenting on our videos. Much appreciated. News, rants, and IOs for the actual week of news, game-related news. I am Killer Whisk, and let's focus on the gorgeous, one-of-a-kind, outlandish. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Let me just move your little mic here. Well, not mic, me camera. Let me zoom in. So let's see the sexy scruff there. There you go. Yes, sir. Nice. As you feel. Show off that actual shirt. There you go. That's a fanboy right there. That's PlayStation fanboy classic right there. I do like that. I do appreciate that. I wish it was blue and white. I would rock that, but that color's nice. That color's nice.
I had the shoes that match with it too, so that's why I bought the shirt. I had to.
You had to. Sorry about that little slight delay, guys. A little technical difficulties.
Yeah, it was a bit of an issue.
Yeah. Well, you had some traffic, but you still got here on time.
Yeah, thank God.
Unfortunately, as soon as I was getting it, boom, I'm like, wait a minute, I thought everything was fine. Then I had to do a little old school restart session. It's fine, guys. We're here live and direct. So don't be shy. Hit the chat. Hit it up. We're going to give you the news this week. Good news.
There was some good news.
Some
it was
good
a little
news.
light, but it was good news.
Good news. Light. But then it seems like every week we're going to be talking about this one little topic that you hate dearly. If you check out our TikTok, I put it out there. And Stadia, he was not loving. We all know that.
We know that.
We know that. And then it tied into the other topic we were talking about. And that included with ads. So do you want to divulge that now, or do you want to save that for later?
We might as well get with it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up the image and go speak your piece. We're gonna try not to rant.
Yeah, because it's not gonna be too much long. Because it's not too much detail more.
Yeah.
But so pretty much, as you know, they're trying to add ads into these games. But
what type of ads?
Like TV ads.
Like full-fledged advertisements.
TV ads. Like stuff like you would watch like when growing up on the 90s and the 2000s. Things like that.
And I'm going to give you the companies, the one that is solely responsible to make these agreements. And the reason why it is very important, because one company that we said like, oh, you can't really, well, you can't see it. It's kind of, I'm going to bring it down next to Amanda's here.
Quotation, they are denying it.
Yeah, so these ads. Oh my God, I can't even see it. I'm gonna keep it on you real quick here, so don't be shy. Simula. What is it? Simula Media. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Simula Media. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Like
Simul Media.
Simula Media. Yes.
So what they did was they are the company that are pitching the actual advertisements. Mm-hmm. Full video advertisement. We're talking like you watching a TV, and then once they got a little cliffhanger, then it's 5 or 6 commercial. That type of commercial advertisement.
Which usually lasts, depending on the commercial, like anywhere from 15 seconds to like a minute, depending on the commercial.
On a game you purchase and own. So they are trying to make this happen, and they will make this happen. Unfortunately, it seems like it's going to
happen more and more. But EA, which is one of the things that they signed up, apparently came back this week and denied it that they were doing this. And honestly, I don't believe them. I don't. Do you? Because I don't.
I feel like that is premature. I feel like it was premature as far as the Simul Media stated EA is a part of it. Mm-hmm. But when EA denied it because of negative press, it could have been maybe because it was too misleading and they weren't prepared for it. But I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt. It's probably the worst thing to do because, I mean, if you think about it, if EA denies it, then what makes you think they are going to actually go forward with it? You see what I'm saying? Or is this a PR control, a damage control stunt?
We don't know. Because honestly, if it was any other company, I would give the company the benefit of the doubt, but this is EA.
The main publisher with a lot of mainstream developers under their belt was the first to sign on to it, but they turned around and they denied it. But then why were they listed in the first place?
They wouldn't just do things like that without some kind of thing, because if they actually did that and EA had nothing, completely nothing to do with it, they could get sued off their ass.
Yeah. Yep. Because now
That's
they're
not
just
happening.
name dropping.
That's not happening.
Yet, but we don't know. And that's the thing. We sit here and we want to give EA benefit of the doubt. They have the same company that have been pillaging everybody. That makes every little thing has to be translated to money.
Money,
From the
money,
Battlefield
money.
to the
Star
FIFA
Wars-
to
remember
the
the
Star
Star Wars
Wars.
situation?
Absolutely. They're the
Like-
main reason why the loot crates ended up being investigated for gambling because of the chances that they implemented within their games. So clearly, EA is not a good company. And to have them labeled as the first major partner to Similar Media for advertisements,
But yeah, so basically they had an interview, similarly. They was pretty much talking pretty much all the stuff that we was talking about last week. They want to try to reach the young people. They're trying to get them into the games because no one's really watching. They were pretty. One thing that they did mention, which kind of piqued my interest, is they pretty much trying to get this done, like put into all the companies within a year or two, 12 to 24 months, which is a year or two.
that is a bit fast.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, so they're really trying to get this done. They're really trying to. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we don't know if the other companies will agree to it. And seeing the backlash, I'm hoping the other companies be like, no. But,
No, they're going to focus on
We'll
Freeform first,
yeah.
but then they're going to sneak in.
Yeah, 'cause
They're gonna get
focus
surveys.
they're going to focus the free-to-play games, yeah.
But they're going to get surveys to see what rewards could be given to certain people to when they watch these ads within the games. Can't even get the damn word. We in our previous episode 17, when we were just ranting and raving.
Rant and raving.
Okay,
Like,
we did mention a couple of things of how could they do it.
yeah,
We're not going to really dive into much of that today.
No, because-
check out episode 17, and if you didn't, because we went in
yeah,
and we kind of brainstormed of how could they implement such a tactic.
Yeah, right now it's just
to
pretty
our
much
modern
an
games.
update / there was a new interview that came out.
Yeah,
We'll
new
just
interview,
talk
and
about
then there
it.
was a company that denied it, which is one of the major
Exactly.
companies that has been in heat, like they've been under fire
For quite a while.
quite a while
For a
because
bunch
of
of
their
different things.
their
Scummy
money
tactics.
scummy
Yeah,
tactics.
the scummy tactics. Pretty much. Let's be real.
So that was a little bit light on that. So we're gonna
Yeah.
shift gears real quick here, and we're gonna go and dive in. It wasn't supposed to be a translucent type of logo, but it did. So that's why for me, you barely seen the logo, but with you, there was like a little section. Bam. You know what?
What's next?
Let's do something a little bit happy. Monopoly,
Yeah.
Animal Crossing,
So,
Monopoly.
As you know, Monopoly is huge. Huge.
Apparently so.
And you know, there's pretty much a monopoly of everything.
Even if you don't even like the game, they're gonna introduce things that are hip to the modern take on things and show it off and be like, oh, that's cool. What is Monopoly? Bam, teach capitalism.
It's a cute way to play Capital, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But Monopoly comes in a bunch of different ways. They have, of course, the original, but then, of course, Nintendo had their hand on it. There's a Sonic one. Think of a TV show, most likely had a Monopoly to it. Think of a cartoon show, most likely had a Monopoly to it.
Yeah.
Think of a movie, it probably had a Monopoly to it.
Pretty
too.
much, there's a long list of Monopoly games
Yeah.
for marketing purposes, and some are very, very awesome how they did it. So,
Yeah, but
it's pretty cool.
now, recently, they just announced that there's going to be an Animal Crossing Monopoly. And what I love about this is they actually changed it up a little bit.
For the rules?
They changed up the rules just a little bit to
Okay.
make it more like Animal Crossing like.
No.
First and foremost, the figurines that they have are awesome looking.
Okay, which that's always the one thing you want to look for is what the hell did it do to the little dudes? You know,
They look
the
great
little-
looking. They're colorful. They look exactly like the villagers in the thing.
Yeah.
It looks great. They have only 4, I think. So I think it's like a 4-player thing. Or I think it's 8-player, but they only showed 4. Now, it comes out next month. And it's going to be $24.99, which is the typical price of a Monopoly game, especially like a special edition one. Now, the way they're changing up the rules, I'm pretty sure you know how a regular Monopoly works. You go around the board, you buy properties, when you pass go, you collect $200, you buy properties, you buy railroads, you buy buildings, and you buy hotels, and people land on these things, and pretty much if you win if you take all their money and have the most money and the most properties. Pretty much that's how you win. Now, the way Animal Crossing is working is, in Animal Crossing, you use things like bugs, fruit, flowers, and fossils, and fish to do money and dealing. They don't really deal with like cash like that. They do trading using those things. So in this game, for each thing that you pass, you collect a certain token. And then you can trade those in order to get decorations. The decorations is what you use. It's pretty much like a house. It's pretty like the houses or the hotel and things like that.
Okay.
And to win, you get the most decorations to win.
So whoever's the most swagalicious at
It's
this
pretty
point?
much kind of like that, I guess you could say. But they still have chance. They still have the community chest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So instead of property, you're dealing with cosmetics.
It's because it's Animal Crossing. They want to deal with like more like kids, I guess.
Yeah,
Or like
yeah.
more family friendly, which makes sense because you don't want to give kids or teach them how to do capitalism.
Don't you think that's kind of teaching them that, like, I'm the hottest out, oh, you were beneath me? Like, don't you? No?
Well, if you played Animal Crossing,
Okay,
they
yeah.
don't really treat it like that.
Well, from my standpoint, the way
Some
you
people
explained
do.
it, yeah,
Some people
yeah.
do, but-
What? I would get the most decoration, but like, you ain't taking this scarf, mother.
But yeah.
Well, okay, what's Park Place and Boardwalk? Do you know those?
They
didn't
didn't
really
show the
look-
whole board.
Okay,
They only show
okay.
like part of it.
Yeah.
Because it comes out in August, which I'm probably gonna end up getting because I like it and I love Animal
Get
Crossing.
it and come over. Well, who knows? Maybe we could live
It'd be
stream it.
interesting.
We'll just have the camera, just hit the live stream, we'll just play.
It'd be interesting. But yeah,
That's a good idea. We should do that.
we should. I think that would be good.
And cap it at an
I
hour
just-
and a half, because Monopoly, I ain't trying to fall asleep,
Yeah,
put my head
Monopoly's a
damn
freaking
on the
3
floor
hour.
while getting, decorations. Okay?
But
I
yeah,
get
this
motivated with property and cars and ball and life.
But yeah, this one looks pretty cute. I like it. Definitely gonna get it. It's only $24.99 and comes out next month. Not an exact date, but comes out next month.
It's funny, those are moderately priced for a license to borrow like that. You know what I mean? You would think it'll be $35 or $50.
There are certain ones that are
Yeah,
that price.
yeah.
But I guess this one's a little cheaper. So I was like, okay.
And I hope it does sell well.
I hope it does too. It's Animal Crossing.
So
A lot of
guys,
people
go
like
ahead and check that out. August what? What's the date?
it. And there's no specific. They just said August.
So next month, August, go grab that Monopoly Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I hope it like.
No plug, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
it's pretty
definitely
cool.
gonna probably
Seems
go
cool.
like. I'm pretty sure Walmart will have it, so I'll probably
Yeah.
stop by there and grab it.
I know there was other games of Monopoly that changed the rules as far as
Yeah,
like,
there's certain ones. Yeah.
like there's certain ones that to make it faster or the different ways, but this is pretty cool to
it's
set
like
up
a little-
hotels and homes
exactly.
and
This is
stuff,
nice.
decorations and like. Okay,
Yeah, it's cool.
so now let's start with let's go with State of Play. The recap of State of Play. They caught me off guard. I heard it, but I just I was so busy on that day, I wasn't able to nab it.
I know,
but I
was
did
actually-
watch some of it yesterday, and then I completed it today.
But yeah, it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. Because
I will say,
honestly thought-
Deathloop looks nice.
Oh,
and it's cool.
You know what's pretty cool?
Do you know the? It's a bah, bah, bah.
You know what's pretty
That's
awesome?
so cool.
You know what's pretty awesome? You might say, I don't know if you might say something. I was looking at that gameplay, and of course I've been seeing the gameplay before. It looks really cool. I actually want to play it.
And this could be
And
your
I-
first
and I
ever
don't play
first-person shooters. Like
this. And
it's
this one
pretty
I actually
cool.
want to play it.
It's pretty cool.
It looks fun.
And with the DualSense controller, there's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna feel
I
nice
like,
and
of course,
neat
I like the
with that
graphics
controller.
is just unique. It's
Yeah.
like I like the whole cell shaded
Yeah.
kind of like comic looking type of
Yep,
thing.
yep.
Love that.
And the attitude's hilarious.
It's funny.
It's
the
like-
chick in the thing is she's hilarious.
And now here's the thing: when I was watching it today, and I was finalizing my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the hip to get everybody hip to version of Returnal. Because when you play Returnal, I was told that once you're dead, you start all over. It's over.
Yeah, yeah.
With no save points.
No, that's the whole point of it.
With Deathloop, you have two little items that you use during your first loop.
Yeah, I think the one of them was that you get to backtrack. to
Yeah,
right
you
before
get
they
two
kill
of
you.
those.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you get to rewind time.
yeah.
So if you're dead, you can rewind time. You only can do that twice within your loop. That's cool. And then once you're dead, you start over, but you go, and then and then when you use your rewind and you complete, you can go back to your old body and get whatever you need to get.
Yeah.
And customize your weapons from there. And then once you're dead, and you go loop all the way back. You could actually create more weapons, and like on top of that, a multiplayer person's already trying to pretty much kill you while you're playing your story game,
Exactly.
which
So
is
you have
freaking
to, like,
nuts.
literally kill that person and do your mission and kill the person in the mission.
So I think with the concept of that type of you play and if you're dead you start all over, this could be the mainstream version of such, and Bethesda will do a very smart job of doing that. I just hope it still continues to be a PlayStation 5 and multi-platform and keep it on the PS5. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a little bit petty. I'm just saying.
Because remember, Microsoft owns them now.
But it all depends on how they are great with the PS5 controller. We don't know. If it becomes really nice, then maybe
Yeah, because Xbox don't got that haptic feel.
they don't.
To the controller.
They don't. They just got Game Pass Ultimate.
And it does really, like I said, I've been playing Ratchet and Clank. That like the actual.
Doesn't it
like,
feel cool?
The first like actual PS5 game that's made for the PS5.
From the ground up.
I love.
Gee, is it cool?
Oh my
give me
God.
give me like 2, 3.
Like,
Cause I'm not gonna play that game.
You
But
literally could when you're walking, you can literally feel the footsteps.
But
jumping, you can feel it.
But did you play Astrobots when you got the PS5?
No, not yet. No, I haven't even tried that.
So Astrobots is when they first came out. Literally, the Astrobot game shows off not all the features, but like a lot of how and what games could do. That's one of them. When you rush, you feel the control. When if you kind of like walk, you go, ding,
it's so crazy though.
So
I
for
love
you, your
it.
first ever dual sense experience is Ratchet and Clank, which I will commend that it's a great way to
And I did
experience.
finish it. It's such a great. I love
Oh,
the
you beat the game?
It's not that long. It's a Ratchet and Clank game. They're never really. They're like about 12 hours long.
Okay.
But yeah, love the game. But yeah, I just love how it felt. Like the guns, like you could feel like the pushback of the guns,
Yeah. Oh, really?
depending on how powerful the guns are.
Yeah.
The jumping, the moving, the flying, when you like do the guardrails and stuff, you feel everything on
Yeah.
that control. Depending,
That must be
and
cool.
some of it's like shakes rapidly,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like little times.
So now, since you play that, you can understand where I come from when it comes to games. And now, when I have the Sony Pulse headset,
Now I'm thinking like if you play like a first-person shooter with something like that,
Call of Duty has
I
that,
could
but
imagine that.
not as much. But it does now.
I'm
now,
assuming Deathloop will probably have something like
yes,
really,
when
like,
your gun jams, your trigger don't work. So when you're shooting
That's
and your
pretty
gun
cool.
jams,
okay.
and you're gonna shoot, it ain't working, and your trigger won't press.
Oh.
It will just stop.
So like realistic shit.
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. So I hope Battlefield 2042, whatever the freaking name's called, will do that. The new Call of Duty will do that. This Call of Duty does enough for a game that's been multi-platform. And so now that you got the Ratchet and Clank experience, when the helicopter, you could hear, the helicopter, when you hear it, you could feel the pressure and if it's close to you.
And you also
like in
gonna
real
get
life.
stuff on the controller too, like a little speaker, because I've
Yep.
been noticing that too, like with certain things, like I hit things far away.
Yep.
I can hear like the little, like the enemy scream,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
dying
yeah.
or something from there. I'm
From
like,
the mic?
oh, shit.
Yeah. So with Call of Duty, I'll do a spy plane. It won't announce on the TV, go spy plane right from the controller. Then if a helicopter is nearby, you feel the propellers go from a distance. You feel light, like when it gets close, go and you feel it. But then you can feel the direction of where it's pulsating. So on your controller, you're playing Call of Duty and you're like in the midst of battle. You know that helicopter's not yours, and you can feel it that it's on the right side. So you're like, oh damn, I'm not going there. And you go back and you won't feel it. But when you get closer, you feel it.
Oh shit.
And then with guns, you feel the triggers. That's fine.
Yeah.
But when it comes to understanding the environment, DualSense does a good job with the Call of Duty. But with Ratchet and Clank, yes, it's from the ground up.
And
So
of
I'm
course,
assuming.
because Ratchet Clank has guns too and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I felt all that.
So you feel like the pressure or how harder it hits.
Exactly, it was
So
cool.
that's something that I would like to play to enjoy the dual sense. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
really a Ratchet and Clank.
I have to
like,
bring it over
go
because I'm
to.
already finished with it. So
Yeah,
let
just
you borrow it.
yeah. Let me knock it out and just have the kids play because kids don't have any patience. At least one of them doesn't. So he'll play it and go right to another one. But if they get the dual sense and they get hit, he'll start to go, oh, this is cool. It builds the innovation within the game. So kudos to Sony to copy Nintendo when it comes to that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, so now.
So yes,
let's
so
play
that's
the other
Deathloop.
ones.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got Deathloop out of the way.
Yes. Let's talk first. Let's
I
what's
want to
that
talk
game?
about what they started off with.
Okay,
'Cause
let's
that
do
got
that.
me
All right.
excited.
Okay.
So they decided to start off the show. Got me like the thing. I didn't know what was going on. Then all of a sudden, I saw the mouse, and I was like,
Yeah.
I know what that is. That's Quill. And then they showed Moss Book 2. So
Do you
the
know his little
sequel-
screeches are so damn cute?
It's actually her.
Her little screeches is so cute. She's like,
I was like,
no,
So this
don't
is
kill
like
her.
adorable. The graphics, of course, look amazing. It's like I'm excited for this game so much. They didn't give a release date yet because they said they're still pretty early on the thing. But
It's a VR, so I'm assuming holiday maybe.
oh my god, it looks gorgeous, and I loved the first one so much. It's on Quest 2 now, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I love it so much. I'm excited for the sequel.
Nice.
So that, like, I saw that trailer, like, gorgeous. And then they showed another game. It was called Arcade Again.
Arcade, yes, Arcade again.
Arcade Again, that's it, yeah.
I'm trying my best to pronounce that. That looks cool.
It looks
It
cool.
looks
You
like
know
a
what?
Fortnite knockoff,
It kinda
but the cell
reminds me
shading
of
looks
Splatoon.
nice.
It looks remind me of Splatoon.
So Splatoon and Fortnite.
Kinda. It's
together?
kinda like a mixture of those two games.
Because when I seen it, I was like,
It's a multiplayer
it
game.
looks like a knockoff, but it looks genuine.
It looks
It
fun.
looks nice.
It looks
It looks
fun.
fun. So hopefully it does catch on. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be the level of Apex,
Oh, it's
Fortnite.
not.
Nah.
I don't think it's meant to. I think this was one indie. Remember, this one was
It was.
showing indie, so.
And it's funny because I thought this whole state of play was just gonna be like Horizon, just one game show off. No, they started with Moss. I'm like, oh, the little dude. Oh, and now you tell me it's a girl. So now, I stand corrected. Oh, the little mousy girl. No, I was like, that's cool. So they're showing off different games, and then that came out with the Fortnite. I'm like, this looks like Fortnite though, with the slide, but it looks
fun,
nice.
though.
Like
I was like,
it
it looks kind of fun.
It looks like a more mature. It's like Fortnite is a 6 to 9-year-olds, and then they grew up to be a teenager. So we're going from like 13 to 17. That's what Fortnite. That's what that game looked like to me. It looked like a teenage version of Fortnite.
Yeah, it comes out next year for
Okay.
the PS5.
Okay.
And it's actually by the same makers who did the game. I don't know if you remember this game, Friday the 13th.
No.
It was a horror action game that
I
came
do not
out
like horror games.
back on the. I know you know. Back on the PS3, and I was shocked by that because I was like, they did this game.
Odd.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's odd. So what else they showed? They showed off.
They showed another game which I actually really liked. Oh,
Oh,
you want to say it first? You want to say your game first or my game?
Death Stranding in the director's cut.
Well, I was gonna get to that, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll
Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, go with what you wanted to say.
Okay, we'll go
and
with
then
that
we'll go
because
with it.
that's a
Yeah,
bigger one.
because that was
That's
cool.
a bigger one.
That was cool.
So they showed a game called Fist, F-I-S-T.
Yeah.
Which looks awesome. It's like anthropomorphic animals in a side-scrolling like action type of game.
Yeah,
and
dude.
I love how they look.
I was trying to get the wife to be like, "Hey, look, you might like this game," and then it showed like 3D. I'm like, she might get put off from that, but no, but it's overall side
It's all
scrolling.
side-scrolling.
That does look
I
cool.
like how it looks and the
Yeah.
characters. They look pretty cool. It's a gritty like side-scrolling action.
Yeah,
type
it's
of
like an apocalyptic type of
But
side
it's all
scrolling.
anthropomorphic animals, so it's like it's pretty cool. Like I was excited about that. That comes out September 7th on the PS4 and PS5.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool that it's coming out for that. We'll talk about the big one now. Then we'll talk
Okay,
about
Death Stranding director's cut.
So, yeah.
I personally don't have any experience with Death Stranding. I wanted to play it. I'm gonna wait until it's kind of
I
free.
played it, of
Deathloop
course.
is probably gonna be the only game that that's gonna be out of my realm that I probably would want to purchase. I don't know yet because I might get so pissed off when I trade it in because of the loop process. But Death Stranding is a story-driven game, and I wanted to blend into the story game genre more before I dive into
I
Death
think it'd be a
Stranding.
good start to do this one.
I haven't played Detroit. I haven't completed Detroit. I haven't finished Horizon, so I'm like, I'm in a roadblock. So I'm not gonna sit there and buy Death Stranding and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it does look very good, and there's actors in there, so it's like I know it's an
Like
authentic.
actual actors.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's what
so
I'm
like
saying.
me
Norman
buying that game.
Reedus,
Yeah.
freaking-
So me buying that game is I'm buying a story that I can never watch on TV, and I can actually do it. And I would love the wife to understand and even try to help me play it. We tried to do that with The Last of Us, and we just kind of stopped doing it. You know, we're just like, okay, we want to finish it.
Last of Us is so good.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's
I
one of my
want to finish it.
favorite games.
You know what's really? You know why I didn't like? It could be just my TV, but I think it's the PS5. It's when I get to a black area,
The two black.
pitch black. No, it becomes blurry gray.
Maybe
It
the
could be
TV.
my TV.
Possibly the TV.
It could be,
I
or
mean, your
because
TV is not
I
like
have
brand new.
yeah, but the PS4 didn't have that issue, so that's what I was thinking. I thought it was like a PS4 upscale render that kind of messed it all up for me. But it's like if you go to like any, even Call of Duty, like any low tone, if I'm in a cave and it's like an orangey, I see the blur. So I'm like, and then I navigate, and I'm fine. But like, it catches me off guard. So when I see Last of Us, I'm like, I'm not playing this gritty. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting the graphics I need. I'm all set. No, I'm not.
So let me tell you the stuff they added to the directors.
Yeah, they showed enough, but I didn't know because I don't play the game.
Well, because I did, yeah.
Yeah.
So they added some more easier stuff to be able to carry stuff easier now. They added racing, which is random.
They're gonna add whatever it takes for somebody to be like, oh, you can race on that thing.
They added racing. They also added some extra missions, some new story missions, combat, to make the combat much easier and stuff like that. Obviously, the graphics are risen up a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much what they did. And the good thing is, for people who own the PS4 version, they can upgrade to the PS5 version for $10. So obviously that's what I'll be doing because that's what I have, the PS4 version. So they could upgrade it for $10, or you could buy the PS5 version altogether if you never played the game out for $50.
Yeah. Now the question is it worth the upgrade?
It
Owning it for
looks
the
pretty
PS4?
cool so far, and I actually didn't beat the game because another game came out when that game came out, so I kind of went to the other game. So I could probably finish this game now, and I could do it in a better graphics now. So it's like, okay, I might try this. I might get back into it once it comes out. Comes out. I don't think they said a date on this, did they?
I think they did. I know it's.
Oh, there it is. September 24th. Yes.
I wonder why everything's September.
I know. It seems like so much things are coming out in September.
You know what I think it is? It's because homeboy Xbox is gonna be holding it down from November to December. Yeah, because I personally believe that these September releases are to build the catalog. So when holiday comes in, they have all these games that you can get when you want to get a PS5. Whereas Xbox individuals want to get the S or X when new games like Halo Infinite comes out.
Yeah.
And then signing up for Game Pass Ultimate or the Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that because PS5 doesn't. Horizon's going to be pushed out. That's why.
You think?
I personally believe because they're trying to release everything in September.
I think that's going to be pushed out then, yeah.
Because Horizon's not going to come out until Q1, and then Xbox and Nintendo are going to hold it down for the year. Sorry, I spaced out. I was just thinking about what exactly why.
Yeah, you're like spaced out. It's weird.
Yeah, no, because I'm thinking about but there has to be a reason why all of it is mainly September. There's only one thing that they showed off on State of Play that was October, wasn't it?
I think.
Yeah.
Not that I could think of. Oh, yes.
It was.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
one that's
that
based
looks-
on, it's so good. Like, I love that anime. It's only one season, 24 episodes. So
How is it?
Easy
One season?
It's for now. It's going to be a second season coming out soon.
Oh, I
but it's
should
only
watch
one
that.
season right now.
Could the wife watch it too?
It should be, yeah. It's in Japanese. Oh, no, actually, they have English voices. If you...
No, I do.
Oh,
I do
okay, I
Japanese.
think it's-
Bruh, listen.
I was making sure.
Bruh.
Well, I know, but if she's going to watch it, I don't know if she wants to watch it.
She watched Dragon Ball Super in Japanese. I got her to respect only Japanese voice
Okay, I
actors.
just want to make sure. Okay, that's fine.
Kidding me?
I was trying to make it easier
Hell
for her.
no.
I was trying to make it easier for her.
Yeah. No, because it's a risk to listen to English voice acting and stick.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, is it cool to watch that? Because it's kind of like, eh. But now with Japanese, it don't matter as long as you got that passion behind the voice acting.
But definitely watch it. You'll love it.
24 episodes.
24 episodes. That's it.
It's on
Not
Crunchyroll.
long. It should be.
I hope so. Or is it on the Funimation?
I think it's on Crunchyroll. Yeah, because I think I watched it on
Gotta be,
Crunchyroll.
all right.
Yeah, it has to be on Crunchyroll. Yeah.
Is it 30 minutes or an hour long episodes?
It's 30 minutes. Like 20-something minutes each. It's like a typical 30-minute thing. You'll be able to finish it off within a week, I'm sure.
I'm gonna get her too because she'll be watching these other shows that she wants to watch, but now we're gonna watch
Yeah,
this.
you're gonna watch
And what about the movie? Does the movie take place within the middle or a sequel of the
It's
series?
It's a sequel.
Okay.
I believe it takes place after the first one, but it's going to be, of course, before the second season, which they haven't announced when the second season.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
I'm still hip. I can still
Watch
get
it.
it. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
That's what I say. Watch it now before the second season comes.
Yeah.
So when the second season comes, you can watch it when it comes live, just
Yeah.
like you was watching Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, no, well, I binged up to episode 20 or 19, and then every week I was like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So now you can do.
Yeah.
Now you can do that with
Yeah.
season 2. When season 2 comes out, you can watch it every time it comes out.
Yeah. The hell is she doing? Jeez. You heard that? Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
So that's coming out on the December, October 15th.
Yeah.
PS4, PS5. Looks awesome. Looks like.
So that's the only October release.
Yeah, because
Because everything else is September, and that's not PS5.
exactly.
That's not PS5. So I here
It's
it
no,
first.
it's PS4 and PS5.
Don't matter. Sony. Here it first. Based on these September releases, I feel in my opinion and in my little gut, it's because Horizon will be pushed back.
It probably is.
And then they're going to need a catalog enough to push a PlayStation 5. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. When are they going to release their Game Pass Ultimate competition service?
I don't know.
Because they're supposed to do that during E3.
Well, they didn't show up in E3. So.
Yeah. And now with State of Play, they didn't show up at all. When it came for the services, they showed games from indie games, which is fine.
Well, they did already said before that this was not going to be a big one.
Yeah, it was supposed to be just Deathloop.
It was going to be no first parties at all.
Yep.
Like, there was nothing on God of War, nothing on Horizon. There was nothing on that.
Yeah.
It was going to focus on third party, Deathloop, and indies. That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's what it focused on.
In my ignorance, I thought it was just Deathloop.
No,
Because I
knew
assumed
it.
Horizon was State of Play, and I was all Horizon. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing.
But yeah, so there was some other games I like I was excited about. This one, which they showed a trailer before, and originally was supposed to come out this year, but it got delayed. Sifu.
Okay.
It was the one that I don't know if you remember that one. It was the actiony, like kind of brawler type of game, but kind of looks kind of like cartoony
Yeah.
thing. It looks
Okay.
really cool. It was supposed to come out in 2021. Now it's coming out to 2022 for the PS4 and PS5 also. And then the other one, which I liked too, was Jet. It was the one that's like really dark, but it takes place in like a sci-fi type of world.
Okay.
They showed a trailer of this last time too, and they showed a bigger trailer for this. They promised that it's going to come out this year. Because originally people thought it was going to get delayed.
Ah.
It's not. It's actually going to come out this year. They didn't give an exact date, unfortunately, but they did say it's going to come out this year. So,
This year, though.
that's what they said this
All right.
year. It looks
We'll-
pretty cool.
We'll stick to it.
Exactly, so we'll see. But yeah, and another one, which this one I'm excited about, is Lost Judgment,
Yep.
which is a sequel to Judgment, which is a spin-off of the Yakuza series.
Yeah.
Which, that looked cool. That trailer looked awesome. It looked funny. So I was like, okay, this is likely to be fun. It seems like
I'm not gonna lie, I personally kind of fast forwarded because I'm like, all right, this is something that I know, whatever.
I like the Yakuza series, that's why.
Yeah, that's one of the things again I have to try and play and find out, and there's a lot. So
There's a lot of Yakuza games.
I don't think I'm ever gonna catch up to that.
There's a lot. There's like, I think 8, 9? Because originally it came out on the PS2.
Yeah.
And then PS3, and then PS4.
That's what I remember
But
from the
good thing
PS2
is-
game.
But the good thing is, all the PS2 ones got remade on the PS4.
Oh.
There's actually sales on them on the PS4.
I wonder if they
on
have
the
it on PlayStation now.
Network. I don't know if it's on PlayStation now, but they're on sale on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
Because they had prequels, sequels, spin-offs. Like a Dragon is the one that it's a spin-off, but it's the first one that turned into like a JRPG type of thing, which is actually pretty cool. It's all turn-based and everything. It's
That's
pretty
pretty
cool.
cool.
That's a different way. Because
Yeah.
all the Yakuza games are more like, brawlers type of thing.
Yeah.
But
So to switch up to a JRPG.
They
I
switched
wonder
it up.
why they did that. Is it because of a different studio that took over, maybe?
no, it's the same studio. They just wanted to do something different.
I guess
That's it. It's made by Sega. It's made by
they
Sega.
just said screw it. I said, I don't care.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like that's the one I'm excited about also. But that's pretty much what they showed on the State of Play.
Sorry guys, I'm spaced out because my son is just looking like a damn pro in Call of Duty. Oh, get it, Carter. Get it. Dang, he's for a 6-year-old. Jeez Louise. Anywho, Are we good with State of Play? Is that all they showed off? They showed off
Pretty much that.
pretty much that.
I think there was like one other game that I
Which
don't really
one?
care. It was Hunter's Arena's
I don't
Legend?
really care, huh?
Hunter's Arena Legend?
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Oh, that's it? Oh,
That was nice. Yeah, that was
Okay.
not too big.
Yeah, it's
but
pretty
it was
much
nice.
like a live multiplayer type
Yeah,
of game.
yeah.
You could play versus each other and fight demons too.
Pretty much. It's
yeah.
like a brawler type of. You know, remember Torchlight?
Yeah, kind of.
It looks like Torchlight grown up.
Kind of, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and as a new type of, let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it, but it's like, will it survive?
Yeah.
Will it be
It was
worth
definitely
it?
one of those indie games that like,
Yeah.
I'll forget about. It's not one of those I remember.
For you, yeah. For me, I want to see if it catches on, because there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those.
There's a lot. You're right. There is a lot.
So now I set up an image here, and we're going to go with the acquisition, or not even acquisition, actually, the agreement that Sony has made with Roblox officially today. Today was the official agreement to bring official Sony music to Roblox
Which is huge.
while figuring out the lawsuit from NR&P, I think that's the company that is fighting because they haven't got paid for their royalties for their artists.
But that's
So they're two
huge,
separate
though.
complete companies, but one banks from the other, and Sony's a bigger player when it comes to music. So this is huge for Roblox. And
This
at this
is
point,
huge.
I think this might be me allowing the children to play Roblox from here on out, only because a major company won't put their dollars in a cesspool,
Exactly.
because
Because Sony Music Entertainment, do you know how huge they are? Do you know how much artists are under that
Yeah.
Sony? Do you
Yeah.
know Sony Music Entertainment is not just America?
no,
It's all over the
it's all
freaking
over.
world.
So what's it, 2020 or 2019? They had Lil Nas X perform.
It was a 2021. Yeah,
2020.
It was huge.
It was huge.
huge.
But see, it was huge, but under the radar. They just didn't think Roblox was gonna come out popping like that, but they
Exactly.
did. So
And then
with
also-
Sony seeing that,
And also Zara Larsson, which
Yep.
is a huge and is a Swedish singer, but around the world.
Yeah.
Did also a little concert thing in there too.
which again for me is like, alright, whatever.
I love both of those artists. That's why I know. About it.
Whatever.
I love both those artists.
But like, apparently they're becoming a big deal. This might be the virtual reality version of Fortnite.
It could be because it's pretty much like a virtual. It kind of
It competes with Minecraft.
Do you know what?
technically.
It kind of gives me a feel like Minecraft and remember the game Second Life?
No.
It was a PC game
Okay.
where pretty much you're able to control a character. You'd be able to like build stuff. You'd be
Okay.
able to like live a life and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. It kind of gives me a mixture of that and Minecraft.
Minecraft. I feel that this is the equivalent. It seems like they're building the equivalent of a virtual reality space of Roblox, competing with Fortnite, but in a whole nother metaverse.
Yeah.
So now with Sony having an agreement with Roblox, that's heavy. So
Heavy.
so that lawsuit's gonna be literally situated by Sony.
Yeah, so it'd be like, you know what? Here's
Yeah,
what
all
we
right,
go.
whatever. Look, for the next 2 years, y'all can double up your royalties for the artists that I have. It's fine. You're good. Gucci. It's
Whatever.
fine.
Okay.
It's all. So y'all get paid. It is what it is. Right now, Sony, and it's today was official. Last week in episode 17 that we discussed, that was a rumor because of the lawsuit that was pending. What Roblox was trying
But
to do.
now it's official.
So now we don't know where could that tie in. Could that be? And could Roblox be a PS5 exclusive down the road?
I don't know. Because it's not on any system, right? I think it's all on PC only.
It's all on PC only, but because they have a partnership already with music with Sony,
It's a possibility. It could be.
You know
on
what
the
I'm
side.
saying?
It could be. Like,
It could
because
very well
Roblox
be
been
an
out for a
exclusive.
long
it's been a while.
time.
And I just
So
want to
I don't
mention
think they
too,
can put it out.
my kids didn't play it because the first time I heard about Roblox, it was pervs having private servers that was easily accessible, and they were doing some type of
Well, I know they fixed
weird
that.
stuff.
I think they fixed that shit.
I
I
didn't
don't know.
hear
I never
about
played
that.
it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they fixed that. I was very, very.
Well, if Sony
Like,
bought
iffy.
them, well, if Sony bought them,
Sony did not buy them.
I mean,
Sony
if
has an
Sony-
agreement with
it's
them.
agreement with
but
them.
because that's what I'm saying. If Sony put their big old money, Sony's got PS5. So gaming world, audience, kids, they're gonna put their money towards Roblox. most definitely, Roblox ain't a cesspool anymore. So I think I am confident that the kids can finally enjoy Roblox.
Have they been asking?
They've been asking.
I'm sure. Because I know it's
Minecraft
popular,
or Roblox?
especially for their age. It's huge
Yes,
for them.
yes, very popular. And then I felt bad, but then again, I'm there to protect my kids. And here we are, Card over here playing Call of Duty, Black
Protect
Ops
your
Cold
kids
War,
very well, huh?
shooting and getting kill streaks, and like protecting my children
Definitely
very,
protecting
very
your children.
well.
Oh,
I
yeah.
might add.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As my son salutes me while live streaming, and you can't see, you can see him. He's like, and Christopher's now playing too. So yes, but Roblox next, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, now they can now.
Who knows? So that's good. We have the good partnership with that. So let's go and change up. Let's talk about this random announcement that a lot of people were actually pretty pissed. Still gonna sell well, but pretty pissed.
Oh, you know it's gonna sound well. Oh, I know exactly.
What topic are you talking about?
The Nintendo Switch,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'll explain because I watched it live.
You watched it live. Was
Well,
it just a trailer?
It was a trailer, but
Okay.
I watched it like literally as soon as I just went on Twitter and it just popped up. I'm like, oh, I gotta watch it.
Yeah, me too.
So pretty much, of course, there's been a rumor that Nintendo was going to release a beefed up version of their Switch called the Switch Pro. There was rumors about it. They said there's been rumors for literally months. So then we got a new trailer Monday. It was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday.
Hold up.
It was Monday.
Talk about
Oh.
the rumors
So
of what was supposed to
so
be.
the rumors was saying that this was going to be 4K. It was going to have a better processor. It was going to be able to play games faster, be able to make the frame rates a lot better. Was supposed to pretty much be an upgrade version of the Switch that people could upgrade to, and they didn't really say a price, but something usually like that will cost like $100 more, because usually, like when the PS4 and the PS4 Pro came out, it was like $100 difference. So it
Yeah.
all depends. So that's what the rumors were saying, that it was gonna come out this year. It was supposed to be announced before E3.
It was supposed to be announced before E3. Then we thought it was supposed to be announced in E3.
during E3.
Didn't happen.
No, because they said that they would have no. It was going to be focused on games only.
Yeah.
No, so
So
it's like we didn't know like when the heck is going to be announced.
Yep.
Then a couple weeks after E3, the trailer came out, and of course with the trailer they showed off the new OLED screen. They showed off a bigger kickstand for the thing, so instead of that
I feel the kickstand is like the selling
it's
point.
actually a bigger one.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm sure for your kids, I'm sure they use it a lot.
He already broke his, but it still works.
So they have that, better
No, we don't have
audio
an earthquake.
quality,
My foot hit it.
better audio quality, and also a LAN connector, so you'll be able to connect directly into your internet, which is a huge thing that Nintendo needed because they didn't have the best online for Nintendo.
That was so like, really?
A lot of people wanted that.
Apparently so.
But the thing that they and they also have a bigger screen. They went from a 6.2 inch to a 7 inch. And it's more of a bevel screen. So, and of course it's an OLED screen, so it looks nicer, it looks sharper. The colors look sharper. Now the issue, what they missed was, it's not gonna be, it's gonna be the same 1080p on the TV, the same
1080p on the TV?
That's what they said.
Okay.
It's always been 1080p on TV.
Alright.
It's like 720 on the screen. Like literally the specs are the exact same thing. The frames per second is the exact same thing. Literally the only thing they changed was the outside and the screen. Pretty much. That's what they changed. And the price on this is going to be $349.99. So $50 more than the original one that came out. Now, also another thing I forgot to add too was that it also has double the space, so instead of 32 gigs, it has 64 gigs.
At least that's better.
Exactly. Now, it's going to be released October 8th, which is the same day as Metroid Dread, which we all know was the huge game that was announced on E3.
Yeah. So
They did
I
that
get that.
strategically.
Yeah, they did.
They
Yeah.
definitely did that strategically.
Yeah, they did. So let's talk about the value, okay?
Yeah, let's talk about the value.
Okay. I'm more the tech savvy.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
My ass is getting numb. The $50 upgrade, based on what they announced, is fine. Price point is not that bad.
Yeah, they didn't up it $100. They only up to $50.
Because
you get a new kickstand
double the space and the new kickstand,
and the screen. Don't forget
and
the
the
screen.
screen's
It's bigger.
not even a screen. The actual OLED
Yeah.
of the screen already is that's good enough for me. Okay? That's fine. The increase in size, cool. If you guys are used to the iPhones, the newest iPhones, they have OLED screens.
Yeah, so if you're used to that, then you know.
OLED is the
on.
premium, raw screen display that you will love to own in your home.
It basically
And
makes all the
it is-
colors look so much brighter.
It
so
makes
much better.
it makes black black.
Like actual,
Like
that grayish
it makes it.
black,
Yeah,
like
it's
black.
hard to explain. I'm not gonna say it here. That's what we should. I was aiming in the future. B.o.P technology or B.o.P.
Yeah, because you know more.
Because it's a very. A lot of people have more knowledge than I do. But like how we do today, and every week, we want to make it easier for the regular general public to understand.
Yeah.
But OLED is the premium and is the most expensive, but is the most true color you will ever get on a television set, iPhones and Samsungs alike. OLED pioneers are LG, which they are reaching to make those displays. So yes, an OLED slightly bigger screen with a more versatile wide angle kickstand and double the space, which is already small to begin with,
Yeah, it
but
was only
double the
32,
space,
yeah.
that justifies the increase of $50 from the original Switch. But in which Nintendo doesn't really need to, because Nintendo gets cake anyway.
They always.
They
do,
get
man.
cake like every day's their birthday.
You know that it's literally.
They
the
get
sound.
cake regardless of what they do. But here's the deal. Fans, the way they announced it was pretty much random.
It came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere.
We were
Which
not
is
prepared
probably
for
the
that.
easiest way for them to do. Because of how mediocre the results were going to be.
Yeah, because pretty much out of the rumors, all the rumors pretty much came true, except for the specs.
I personally don't believe that. I feel that the rumors of what it was supposed to be was thrown in that trash can.
No, most
And
of
they-
the
all they
stuff
did-
actually came true.
Boy, it was supposed to be 7 to 8 inch screen OLED, 4K. We still. Now you get me mad.
No, I'm saying literally the only thing they did was the operating thing, like there's no
And
4K.
the resolution.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
that's what
Are
I'm
you?
saying. Yeah.
No. Look, I know. Yes, you technically, you do make a point because they need better hardware to finalize the 4K. But they were rumored last year that Nintendo's looking into utilizing NVIDIA's DLSS technology to properly, because they had the NVIDIA chipset in their GPUs, NVIDIA. So they were going to try to get the DLSS, hopefully I'm saying it correct, or DSLL, it's not LL, DLSS technology to properly upscale to 4K. So they don't really need they have the hardware. People were looking forward to spending $100 for an upgraded CPU/GPU with 4K. The iPhones do 4K. Dude,
They're also
a
much
phone.
more expensive than
A phone.
a Switch.
A phone.
But they're also like
Yes,
$1,000.
but it is 1,000. So, yeah, okay. All right, so if you want to talk about that.
I was gonna say that also like $1,000.
okay. So, to have them upgrade to an OLED screen, fine. But the Nintendo's audience, they're not going to see the difference.
No, the thing is, but most people are pretty much saying, if you already have a Switch,
Don't get the system.
if you have a Switch and you play on the TV and never play it on the thing, there's no point for you getting it.
There's no point.
Because pretty much the stuff that they added extra is for people who play it on the screen, on the go.
So now my thing is, I'm personally say that the Nintendo release of their OLED, whatever, is fine. I think it's, for them, it could have been because of the chip shortage that they had to release something.
That's what I'm thinking too.
To excite the investors. Because if it was them, I don't even think that would have come out. I think it would be scrapped.
I think it's
Because with the OLED, there's literally no reason besides looking better. But again, an average consumer, kids, they're not going to see the visuals unless if it's on a big, huge screen with horsepower. But you're here now putting an OLED screen with the same resolution. 720 on an OLED device, bro? That doesn't make any sense. You get 720 on a regular screen, fine. So that's why I'm like, for $50, it's fine because it's not just, you gotta see the selling point of an OLED screen.
Yeah.
If you can get over that, then you can understand the $50 increase of a Nintendo Switch. But everything else, if you're fine with the little kickstand on the regular Switch, if you know that the graphics look good and you're playing the game, then the system's not for you. And the fact that the name is called Nintendo OLED,
Nintendo Switch OLED model. That's literally what it's called. They got lazy with the name.
that's what I'm thinking. They had to put something else so the investors can be like, oh, that's something cool, so they can get more money.
But the thing is, though, Nintendo's been ranking in the money.
But I tell you right now, in 1 year, that OLED is going to go out the window. I don't think it's going to stick around for that long. I think the Nintendo OLED system is going to be a dud, only because they didn't really want to release it in the first place.
But I think it's still going to sell, though.
It's going to sell, but I don't think it's going to be that much. I think the Nintendo Switch and the Switch Lite is going to sell way more. Because the iPhones did that with the premium and the middle and the end. They find out that the end, which is the SE or the lowest model, sells more than the others. But at first, the best model sells well because everybody that's lining up knows the quality, knows the text, knows the value. They'll buy it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, for me, I'm going to say about a year and a half, Nintendo OLED is going to go out the window. It's going to be replaced by the actual model that they really would want to release.
Now, do you think they actually would do that?
Yes. Another year and a half, they're going to release another Switch model. I personally, 2020? Yeah.
But that's
absolutely.
Gonna be, but let's say if they do it within a year and a half.
Because they're not spending so much money.
So let's say it comes out in early 2023. That's 6 years since the first release of the Switch. Usually, most companies start looking into getting into a new system altogether.
Well, if you think that Nintendo actually makes a lot of money off the rip from the Nintendo Switch, I don't think their revolution of generations is not going to be capped like that. You might be right. They could announce a brand new system.
That's what I'm thinking.
But already, they just released an OLED version of the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
that's going to take some traction. In about a year and a half, I think they're going to release a new Switch model. I don't think they're going to release a whole new... I personally believe their console refresh is going to stick with the Nintendo Switch name and call it something else.
Well, yeah, because honestly, if it keeps selling like this,
I'm saying,
they don't really need to go into the next generation. I mean, most people want it because they want They want a Nintendo 4K system. They want all that.
They want it.
They want
but they
Nintendo
don't need
games to look like PS5 games. That's what they want.
And they don't need to because
honestly,
they know they're selling.
Honestly, for me, it won't because I don't get Nintendo games for PS5 graphics. If I want PS5 graphics, I'll get PS5 games.
Yep.
That's what I have a PS5 for.
If I want to get Xbox games,
if I want to get
Xbox graphics, I'll get Xbox
If
games.
I want to play like fun games, I usually go to Nintendo because they have.
What's going on, Flippin' Dolphin? What's happening? What is it?
They usually have fun. Usually Nintendo has the fun games. You can't get Mario. You can't get Kirby. You can't get Donkey Kong.
You can't get Yoshi.
Get Legend of Zelda. You can't get Yoshi. You can't get any of that. You can't get Fire Emblem.
Nope.
You can't get any of that on other systems, but you can get it on Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I'm for those games, and I
know a lot of people want it to be epic PS5, Xbox Series X graphics.
They want like freaking Mario to look like God of War graphics. It's like, no, that's not gonna happen.
Hey, that's a good one.
That's not going to happen.
That's a great idea.
That is not gonna happen.
Just imagine Mario gets so mad and takes 2 Koopas as his like weapons and go.
It's like, no, it's not gonna happen.
Pushes
I'm
Peach
sorry.
to the bed.
Your Mario game
It
is not
goes,
gonna look like Horizon.
Undress, Peach.
Your Mario game is not gonna look like
Yeah.
Horizon, okay? It's not going to.
Oh my
It's
God.
Nintendo. They're not known for. They're known to have fun with their game. They have quality games. Most of their first-party titles, there's no bad games. What's
There's
a
no-
bad?
no.
They one that got like really like awful ratings, like a first-party Mario. A first-party Nintendo title. Exactly.
You can't.
You can't think of one.
It's funny because don't they have like just 4 or 5
What do you mean?
first party titles like
No.
hardcore?
Oh,
Hit me.
Mario.
What about Pikmin then? Pikmin sold terrible, didn't it?
No, it did not. It actually sold pretty well, and it actually got good
Animal
ratings and all
Crossing,
that. Animal
Pikmin,
Crossing,
Mario, Metroid,
Kirby,
Zelda, Kirby, Yoshi,
Yoshi, Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
I'm trying to think of other ones. Why can't I think of other ones? Oh, No More Heroes. No More Heroes. Yeah, that's a Nintendo thing. No, it's not. It's one thing. I'm trying to think of other ones.
Anywho, 8+. That's great for first party titles, and they don't fail.
No, they always do well.
But
They
we
always-
want those in 4K,
Well, I know a lot of.
sir.
Well, you know me. I'm.
Well,
Graphics is
look.
not the biggest thing for me.
Well, that's the
But
thing.
I know a lot of people do want the
Yeah,
4K.
the
I know.
investors want it too. But with this Nintendo OLED, it's like,
That's what I will admit. I was disappointed by it. I wanted the 4K.
if it was
I
$100
did.
more, then it would have been like, bro, now what you EA?
Oh, if they did the 400.
Are you EAing me right now, bro?
Yeah, that would
Are
be
you
bad.
EAing me?
But luckily, they only did $50. I was like, okay,
Yeah, so $50 makes sense.
Okay.
Again, for the screen, the double the space, the screen meaning OLED, the technology, that's fine. I get it. Even the kickstand, that's already a
Well,
great
yeah,
thing.
it's that little flipsy that looks like this skinny. Now it's actually the size of the actual
Yep,
screen,
yep.
which is good.
But here's the thing. What freaked me out too is the land. The land.
Some
LAN
people
connection.
prefer their LAN connection because it's more of a reliable internet connection than Wi-Fi.
Absolutely. My PS5 is currently connected to LAN.
All my friends' PCs are connected to LAN.
Absolutely. But for a Nintendo Switch, do you think that really is a
With
necessity?
Super Smash Bros. To play online, yeah.
Okay.
That's why people love it. That's why people
Schooled
love
me.
it.
He schooled me.
Because
Super Smash Bros. Yes.
Because fighting games,
Tournaments.
you cannot have lag. Because in a fighting game, you cannot have lag.
So to have a LAN party and to have it all connected, all seamless, that does make sense. Okay.
Exactly. No latency
Schooled.
issues.
See, those are just one of those things that went over my head. So, all right.
That's
and
why.
see, that's another value. It's a
Things like
dollar
that.
bump to get a Nintendo Switch. Because if you're on that Super Smash Bros.
Like,
Gaming
you play
life
it online
and
like
you're doing the
that.
tournaments, you want to
Exactly.
connect that to a LAN.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Well, like Splatoon is another one too, like the shooting type of thing that people play online.
Yep.
Having connections like that, I'm sure you know about shooting games, having shoddy ass connections are not good for that.
Dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Even
So,
TikTok has them random videos of lag in real life.
You don't want
That's-
that. That's why you hard connect it.
And I just didn't think Nintendo Switch Online is heavy like that compared to the originals. But then,
The two big ones is Splatoon 2
And Super Smash
and
Bros.
Super Smash Bros. All the other ones not so much, but those two are the big ones. And those two have big communities.
yeah,
Splatoon has tournaments all the fucking time.
really.
And, of course, Super Smash Bros. Do too.
Yeah, we know that. We know that.
So, those two by itself are great. And that's why it's needed for that.
And that's good that you hit me to that because I personally.
I thought you knew about that, but I guess I haven't.
No, because you had to enlighten me. Because I see LAN, I'm like, they don't even have a I'm so for Nintendo. Unfortunately, I'm so naive and just rude.
They actually have it's nothing like PlayStation. Xbox,
I'm just like,
obviously,
I'm like,
but they do
I'm like,
have
why
one.
the fuck are they gonna have a LAN, bro? They ain't gonna go on that service. $20 a year, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's ignorant to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's mostly those two. And the Switch games are gonna have cloud versions of games too, like Control, like Hitman, are releasing both games kind of versions on the Switch. Having it connected to a LAN, that would help.
You mean DRM? What are you talking about? You talking about when they're streaming or they're downloading it digitally?
Streaming.
Oh. So they're streaming, Control, and Hitman. Not downloading from the system. No, I didn't know about that. I'm not hip with Nintendo. Do you have a Nintendo multi-player service? Do you?
Well, I don't play multiplayer.
Do you? Do you pay $20 a month?
Oh, I pay
20 a year.
Yeah, of course I do.
What does it come with?
It comes with the classic games.
Get close to the mic. I want to hear this.
It comes with the classic games of Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Yes.
Online play.
Yes.
And you're able to play games online. You can play games online without.
Okay. So that includes streaming through Nintendo Shop?
Pretty much. If you
Explain
want,
that to me.
So I'm not sure because I haven't played it, so I'm not sure exactly how it works.
Uh-huh.
But it's called the Control. It's called Control Cloud Edition. So you play the game, I guess, in the cloud, which I would assume I don't know what system has that. Like that system, like what company controls the cloud?
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's who's the company that has control. I don't know. If
I could look it up, but right now I'm just trying to figure out.
I'm not sure if it's their servers or Nintendo servers that's controlling the cloud. So pretty much you need an internet connection in order to connect to that thing. Because if you don't have internet connection, you cannot connect to it to play the game. Basically, you need internet connection to play the game.
How would you get the game on Nintendo? Would you buy the game or would you?
I believe it's you buy it. Yeah, you buy it.
Then what's the purpose of streaming it?
Think of it like Stadia.
But you bought the game. You don't need to stream it anymore.
It's because the games are very powerful for a Switch that a Switch can't handle it. So that's why they put it through the cloud.
Well, maybe if Nintendo was smart and released a whole new spec beefed up buff neck Switch.
Well, they did, and now did they?
So, I personally think that is different. I probably skimmed through it, didn't think none of it because Nintendo's sad internet infrastructure.
Well, yeah, of course.
But you're saying these third-party developers can utilize a cloud service to run on platforms that can't handle their games, Switch, so they can run the games
they already
online.
did it with 2 games that I know of, and they might do more. Hitman and Switch on 2 games.
That's good to know. I didn't know that, so that's freaky. Because you're buying it, yet you need to have an internet connection. Do you need the service? $20 a year?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So you buy it, but you need an internet to play it.
Yeah, because you need to connect to the cloud. You can't connect to the cloud without internet.
Clearly. So that goes with the same deal of not really owning what you purchased.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. But those type of games, I don't play it on my Switch. I play it on my PS5.
That's what I'm saying. Like, fuck that. I can play on the Switch.
Like,
but for those that
Switch,
only have a Switch,
exactly, they have that option.
they have an
But
option.
for me, it's like
Based on developers,
I like
not through
games on the
Nintendo.
Switch that are exclusive on the Switch.
Yeah.
If I want like Doom or like Control or Hitman or games like multi-game, I'm getting it on the PS5.
I don't even think I would be confident to play Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War on a Switch.
Well, they most likely it's not going to get one.
But if you're telling me that technology can happen, what makes you think the new Call of Duty won't end up being on a Switch?
I mean, they already tried releasing a Call of Duty on the Wii, and that didn't go well.
Well, they got Call of Duty Mobile, and that went well. Oddly, because I thought it was terrible, but apparently it's got a lot of traction.
Apparently.
So if they can release Call of Duty Mobile.
They released one Call of Duty for the Wii, and it got awful ratings. So, Nintendo's probably not going to touch Call of Duty.
Yeah, they were like, I'm all set. Not going to do all that.
The big sisters can handle the Call of Duty. We won't handle the other
Yeah.
games.
So overall, based on the Twitter community that I've seen, the Nintendo OLED Model Edition was lackluster at best.
It was. And I will admit that too.
But I will say the price increase compared to the original Nintendo Switch is on point.
Yeah.
I will not sit here and bash it. Let's talk about this. And I read into something because it wasn't like a rabbit hole. I got to really remember what I was talking about because I have it unsaved. Google was in the mix. Google was in the mix. And the reason why we mentioned Google here, and I'm going to get to the chase only because it's B.o.P Gaming, and we talk about gaming and gaming news. Anything else is something that's totally
might do a little bit with gaming.
But it did because it leaked something that a lot of people didn't realize, and we're going to talk about it.
Well,
So, and not very, I'm not going to be too 30, 40 minutes. I'm going to explain to you, Google bought off Samsung, courtesy of Technikia. Google bought off Samsung to limit App Store competition. 36 states allege. 36 states are suing Google for the Play Store because of such anti-competitive. So, and if you guys don't really remember, Samsung was a very big deal when Android came out because that was the only company that was competing with Apple.
Yeah, with Samsung
And the only handset, which is your phone, that competed with iPhone, and they were going toe to toe.
Well, yeah, because if you didn't have an Apple, you had a Samsung. It was either or, pretty much.
If you were hip to the technology of iPhones, if you were hip to the technology, let me put that back up. If you were hip to the technology of iPhones and didn't want an iPhone, guess what you got? You didn't get an HTC, you didn't get an LG, you didn't get a Google Pixel Plus. You got yourself a Samsung. And a lot of people still rock a Samsung to this day.
Some people like the Samsung.
Okay? And they love
I prefer the Apple.
for the openness of the Android OS, can't violate. Samsung would be the only Android device I would get. I wouldn't go with anything else.
Why don't you go Android?
I don't want damn spyware, and I don't want fragmented OS. And by fragmented meaning, when Apple releases an iOS firmware update, about less than 3 months in, about 80 to 90% of people get that software. Meaning, once that software is out, it works flawlessly throughout the public of all the iPhone hits.
Yeah.
There's not really much of a worry. There is a bug here and there. Yes, there is some bugs here and there, obviously. But not like Android. And what Android does is they'll say, we have Android Peach Cobbler.
Yeah, there's always a dessert. It's weird.
Right? Brand new. Peach Cobbler. Only released to the highest phone since 2021 and 2022. What about my phone that I'm rocking from 2018 and 2019? What about the Q1 2020 phones that I have? Once they release their update, it's up to the manufacturers. HTC, LG, Nokia, they still even make phones. Sony, they don't make phones anymore, but I'm mentioning them. Samsung. The phone companies decide when they want to release to the consumers. So once Android says we're coming out with Android Peach Cobbler at September 15th, 2021. Enjoy. When you're ready on September 15th, 2021 to enjoy, you're not going to. You're going to get it by like next month. Because it's up to your actual manufacturer to push it. And then that goes through a process to get to the end user. Not to mention... Thank you. That's called fragmentation. And then once you get the device, and then you go, oh my God, I get all these bugs. I need support. Guess what you get? You're getting an overseas support line because it's your phone that can't mess with the software. Not everybody else's phone. Because remember, every manufacturer has a process. So if your Samsung device doesn't work well with it, you got to call Samsung for it. If your HTC doesn't work with the firmware, you're not calling Android. You're not calling the Google Android iOS team. You're calling HTC. That's called fragmentation. It's absolutely terrible. That's why iOS, once iOS comes out, boom, the only person you blame is Apple.
Yeah.
And that's why 90% within 3 months end up getting that firmware. Slight bugs. Whereas Android OS, there's a ton of bugs. Not to mention, because it is open source, you might have other apps that you shouldn't be having on your phone causing errors with the new software, and then the manufacturer has to kind of poke at you to see if yours is actually modified in a way that they don't like, but because it's open source, you're able to do it.
That's why people go Android, because they like the open
They love the
source.
open source. And me personally, I would love to do that, but I do not want to take that risk to join into a fragmented OS platform.
I will
refuse it because that will piss me off.
That would piss you off.
So Samsung had the upper hand with Android. because they are a big company for one.
Well, yeah.
Second, they made great phones. They still do make great phones, besides the one that blows up. But
No one talks about that one. That was a bad one.
Keep it
I can't
tight.
believe there's videos of that too. Like,
Yeah.
My God.
Smoking in the purse on the plane. Yeah. Yeah. The purse, a Louis Vuitton burnt hole right through the.
Did the
Yeah.
car freaking burn
Yeah.
up?
Absolutely.
There was a video of that. I remember that
burnt-
video.
that
I
did.
think it was like an SUV, if I remember correctly.
Thanks to Samsung. Due to fragmented firmware hardware. so besides that, Samsung has been the pioneer of mobile platforms and the mobile force to face Apple. But their OS is Android. So Samsung, no, I want to make our own. I want to leverage our own name. I want to make, said Samsung's a big deal. We're going to go ahead and make our own name, our own app store, our own iOS.
Samsung App Store.
Samsung store. Samsung OS. Google gave them incentives. So Samsung won't budge. They got such white glove treatment. White glove meaning you get the special treatment out of everybody else. Everybody else trips up the stairs, but we help you up the stairs. We help you walk that fine line to go up to the red carpet and enjoy your luxurious stay at the Google Android Peach Cobbler Hotel. Okay? So, the reason why I mention this, and again, I have the report right here. I don't want to read it to you. It interests me, but it's very shady what Google did compared to the other manufacturers to reduce Samsung's mindset to go independent, to face Google. Because if Samsung went ahead and faced Google, Samsung would have won. Android Google wouldn't be here. It would be Samsung. And I wish they did that. I personally believe I wish they did that. I wish they did that. Man, but they didn't because Google offered them low commissions, low this, low that. And here's why it ended up being a B.o.P podcast gaming. They were a threat. Google viewed Samsung as a threat when they had a game called Fortnite. Fortnite was first introduced in the Android platform with Samsung devices first. Not HTC, not LG, not Nokia, not any other modern smartphone that has an Android. It was Samsung with Fortnite. That's a big deal. And it's going to, in 36 states out of the United States, you know, if those that are aware, there's 50 states. So we're talking almost damn near over 50% of the United States has went against Google because of the illegal practices. They try to go ahead and attack Samsung of doing so. And it's messed up. And again, because Fortnite was the main driver of Samsung, if Samsung said, yo, F that, screw you, I'm not rocking with you, Angel, I'm doing my own thing, and had Fortnite on the, what? Are you kidding?
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
That would have been a whole game changer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it probably would have been like Fortnite would have fought Samsung to get off their platform to go to multi-platforms.
Didn't Epic Store try suing them too, Google too, because of the situation last year?
No, because with Google, they were following what Apple was doing. With 30% commission, Google was doing the same thing after Apple did it.
And they dropped it down to 50.
And they dropped down to 50 because Apple did it.
Yeah.
Apple's a company that once they know they can do it, they'll do it and they finesse it and it's so smooth. When you say it at first, it's like, wow, that's whack. But when you start to utilize the actual Apple device with the same feature that Android had 2 years ago, it's still smooth. You know why? Outlandish? Because the Android platform is fragmented and it doesn't work. That's why. And the only one that would work is, guess what? Samsung. All these features that these Android users, no offense to the people that have Androids, I'm just saying, I rock with Samsung. If you have anything other than Samsung and Android device, I question you. Maybe the Pixel can get away with it, but I question you. But when they have all the features of what the phone can do, couldn't the software support it? Not to mention, iPhone recently allowed the newest iPhone firmware to be like 4 generations to be used on like the 4 generations of iPhone. So if the iPhone 13 comes out of iOS 15, guess what? iOS 15 can run on iPhone 12, iPhone 11, iPhone 10, iPhone X, well, 10X, iPhone 9, whatever, or 8. It was 8, then it was to X. iPhone 8, even iPhone 7 can rock iOS 15. That's how much Apple is so controlled and so smooth with their iOS. Android can't do that. You got a year and a half, and then every other new firmware you have, you're getting the bottom of the barrel, and you cannot upgrade. You can't upgrade. The last time I felt that type of hurt was my old first or second gen iPad that is up to 10.22. And I had to think for years.
Yeah.
So like, with this, like, Android's OS is fragmented unless if you have a Samsung, because Samsung is always going to be priority. I wonder why. Because Samsung devices are the highest selling devices holding the Android OS platform. Of course Google's going to give them the white glove treatments for Samsung.
Of course.
Because Samsung is popping. Duh. So 36 states went ahead and said, you violating Google, we're suing you because I see what you're doing. Exactly. And the best indicator was for Fortnite. So that's why that made it, and I put that in there so you guys understand it. That was something quick, but yet very important because the weeks come, it's going to get more heated. Shouts out to Samsung because they're doing their thing, okay? Let's talk the random announcement, which I don't like these damn random announcements. They should have done this with E3. Assassin's Creed new gameplay has leaked.
It's because you know why it was announced?
Why was it announced?
It was leaked. That's why they literally, as soon as it was leaked, they just like, you know what, we're just going to announce it. So
there's no E3 anymore. The only thing you're going to be waiting for is maybe some cons and then VGA.
Exactly. So they just announced it. So it was called Assassin's Creed Infinity.
Is it Infinity? I didn't even know that was an official name. I just heard Assassin's Creed was
Infinity. It's called Infinity. It was revealed through a leak, which is hilarious. So they just like, you know what, we're going to say it. They don't have a lot of details on it because they weren't ready to announce it. So the only thing is, it's going to be taken in different kind of multiverses of the Assassin's Creeds. And you know there's a ton of Assassin's Creed games. And it's going to be what they call live to play,
nice.
which is similar to Grand Theft Auto 5.
Or similar to DRM.
No. It's pretty much, and it's similar to that and Anthem. That's always online.
Yeah.
And you always get to play with other people, like co-op and type of stuff.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's just different that they're doing it with an Assassin's Creed game, because they've never done that before.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. But yeah.
Well, we'll learn more, because this one was a leak.
It
wasn't supposed to happen.
They did not mention it, but they said, you know, it leaked, so I'm going to say it from our mouths. And yeah, the Quebec and the Montreal Ubisoft stores are working together on these. Usually they work by themselves on separate Assassin's Creed,
yeah.
But with this one, they're focusing together.
That's good.
So this one, obviously, we don't have a release date. Most likely next year. Because usually Assassin's Creed come out like in November of every year. So it'll most likely be November 2022. We'll probably get more details about it in E3 next year.
Okay.
Because they're probably...
No, I think we get more of near the end of the holiday, but I don't think it's going to release at the end of the holiday, though.
No, it's definitely not releasing this year.
No.
100% not releasing this year.
I'd be surprised if it did.
It would be surprising. But yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. But it's different that it's going to be like the whole, like, you know, live, always live type of game.
Yeah.
Those games I'm very iffy on because, you know, you have to always be on internet to play those type of games. And I hate games like that. But it's still going to be interesting how Assassin's Creed is going to handle it.
Yeah.
Because this is the first time they've done something like this.
Yeah, I wonder what features they would apply to it. Could be random combats.
All I know is it's going to be like a multiverse type of Assassin's Creed, so it's going to be taking place in all different kind of like.
Yeah.
Because you know how Assassin's Creed works.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You're playing a story based on the DNA
like
of that said person
and then you have
in a capsule, and then you gotta
go
I
to
understand,
the past,
and I want to play those, but I don't know, man.
I played like one of them, and I was like, three. I played three.
I played the first one.
I played three because I was cosplaying the main character.
Yep.
Of that. So I usually play my games to play cosplay so I can know the characters.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, but it's like, you know, I need to play the other ones. Because it's so much.
It is so much, and you feel like it's overwhelming, but then if you could beat it, you could beat it and go to the next.
Yeah.
I'm speaking again from I haven't completed Detroit yet. I haven't completed Horizon. And sometimes I just want to get that itch to just shoot and explode shit.
Pretty
That,
much.
I want to shoot and explode shit. I want to make
You're
movie
very-
movements.
you're
I want to
very
make movie
simple, man.
moments.
You're very
I'm
simple,
very.
man.
I just want to sit. No, but I want to have a story too. I want to play a good story.
Yeah.
And Horizon's a great story, but because there's so much tasks, I'm like, I don't want to. I just want to shoot and explode shit. I really don't want to think about dodging 2 sawtooths. And when I do that, I'm hit for another good hour. I'm like ready to go. But if I'm like trying to figure it out and I can't, I'm playing Call of Duty. Final Fantasy, I finally played Intergrade. I'm finally getting to it. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. But it's not as hungry as playing the first Final Fantasy 7. When I was playing first Final Fantasy, nothing will stop me. I was like, I'm home, baby, head to the book. Can I get something to drink? Boom, 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 boom. Final Fantasy. This one's cool. You haven't played it? You didn't start it yet?
No. I know, I need to.
Oh my god, dude.
I need to.
The
I
fucking...
guess I'm just getting annoyed. I guess I will get annoyed by it because I know you said it was a process to transfer the save over.
Yeah, that shit sucks. That's just terrible.
Now I got
Sony do a better job.
I got the digital version. Is that going to be an issue?
I did too.
No, so I got the digital.
What you need to do, I can't even explain it to you because of how hard it is. Once you see it, and how I did it, I was like,
YouTube again. That's
I
why
literally,
I always do that.
No, don't, because they're gonna give you some mixed shit and you're gonna end up fucking yourself. Don't do it. Sorry, kids, I swore. I'm telling you, don't do it. So what you're gonna do is, you go on and you're gonna say, oh, you downloaded the new one, and you're like, oh, why is it new game? Where's my save?
Yeah, that would freak me.
My
the fuck
heart
out.
sunk because that's exactly what happened
I
to
was
me.
about to say, because I got almost 100%. I will cry.
And I don't want to lose my data because I still need to get Leviathan and Bahamut and kill the last damn thing. I'm like, oh no.
I would cry.
So then I'm like, well, what the hell? Then you have to get your save, put it up in a cloud, and then take that cloud and download it to the new game. And then tell the new game that there's an old save and copy that save to play it on a new game.
Luckily, I still have my PS4 to do
So
that.
now with all that bull crap, no, you don't need a PS4. It's all through the PS5.
Oh, it is all through.
Yeah, so
I
I did it all through the PS5. It didn't go through my PS4 and did
I thought you had to
it.
get
No, because it's all in the PlayStation Plus. It's all there. It's just how to do it. You would think it automatically done,
Yeah, 'cause
but
I
you have to manually do it
I have
yourself.
Final Fantasy 4 attached to my, what do you call that? The external hard drive. It's in that.
What, your Final Fantasy?
4. I mean, 7. The remake. Because I bought it digitally, and it couldn't fit into my actual PS4, so I had to put it in a thing.
Never played Final Fantasy 7 on the PS5.
Not yet.
Look at this surprise face. So, what you're gonna do is take your save data, make sure your save data on Final Fantasy 7 is onto your PlayStation Plus
Well, it should
cloud.
be. I have PlayStation Plus, right? It should be there, right?
Make sure it's on the cloud,
I'll double check that.
because then once you go to PS5 and
I'm not
download,
doing that today or tomorrow, but I'll do it.
when you download the PlayStation 4 Final Fantasy 7, it's gonna ask you. You can play the PlayStation 5 because it's gonna automatically know that you have the PS5, so get the upgrade.
Yeah.
And then you download the upgrade. They're 2 separate games. You need the 4 to validate to get the 5. You get the 5. Don't delete them yet. Launch the 5. It's going to say new game. Your heart's going to melt. You might poop a little. Go to use the bathroom. Come back out. Get a drink of water. And then now see options. It's going to say download from the cloud. You download it from the cloud for your PS5 to read your save data. Then you close the PS4, and then you go to the PS5, and then you load it correctly. Voila. It sucks, bro.
So I have to turn on my PS4.
Yeah, if you need it to make sure your PS5 cloud is up there, you need to. Because if not, you're
Luckily,
gonna download
I
the
still
PS4
have it
and download.
next to my PS5, so it's fine.
If your
Because I had to do
PlayStation,
it with one of my games because not all PS4 games work 100% on the PS5.
Yeah.
I found that the hard way with one of my games.
and this is exactly what you're gonna do in this one
And
for
that's
save
why I
data.
had to switch the thing, get past a certain part, then switch it back, and then put it in.
That fucking stupid.
Luckily,
sometimes.
it's because it's not
Stupid.
It's backwards capable, but it's not fully backwards.
It's stupid. That's what it is.
And
So with the
literally
same
kind of like
data,
what's actually-
again, you would think if you have a PlayStation membership and they can look that you got the game, you can automatically get the PS5, and then it should automatically see your cloud to download it automatically to the game and then do it. Fine.
You would
It
think.
doesn't.
You
You
would
would think, but it doesn't. You have to do all of it manually yourself.
Definitely.
Fucking lost my train of thought with all this shit. Anywho, yes, I played Intergrade. And you need to play it because the first missions of Finding the Hyper Turtle, those songs are great and hilarious. And I found one on YouTube, and once we conclude this, I'm going to show you the first song. I'll show you the songs because the songs it's not game breaking, but it's fucking hilarious. That's so stupid. It's stupid, but it's fun. So it's cool that Assassin's Creed has been announced. They should have done it with E3 to get some form of viewership
Yeah.
because they had their event, Ubisoft, right?
Yeah, of course.
During E3, yeah. EA, actually, this is not in our top weekly snippets of what's to come on
Well,
EA
their
Play.
event's on the 23rd, right?
Their event's on the 16th.
16th, okay.
But they said that they're going to release that in the
Next
advertisements.
week, isn't it?
I think we got 2 more. Nope. 2 more topics. And we got Pokemon.
Of 2016. So this
Oh,
makes.
hold on. Let me back up real quick. After we conclude this, I'm going to play some fighting games with my kids' asses. My kid's quite confident that he can beat everybody in this room. I need you to serve him,
What game is it?
my friend. Do you have all the characters?
No.
Are you fucking kidding? You're going to get schooled by a 6-year-old and I boosted you up like you're a fucking legend?
I don't know why you did that.
Okay. All right. I'm going to cry after this. Continue with Pokemon Go.
I don't know why you did that.
I don't know why. I thought you were gun-ho and I was super fan, bro. Oh, shit. Damn it.
That's your fault.
It is my fault. It is my fault.
Anyway.
Anywho.
So it came out July 6th of 2016, 5 years ago. So they just recently hit their lifetime revenue.
30% too, because Niantic made a game that's similar to Pokemon Go, but it was their own separate thing.
Yeah.
Now they partnered with Pokemon, and the disclosure came out that, yeah, we could utilize it because it's a great concept, but we're going to get 70% of the cut.
So they're getting a huge chunk of that.
Getting
Just in the first half of 2021,
getting money.
they made $642 million.
They made how much?
$642 million in the first half of 2021.
Jesus.
Just the first, and
That's a lot.
the year before that, they did 479 million. So they went up 34% in revenue.
And I would have thought Pokemon Go was kind of like,
Nope, it's still going on strong. I personally haven't played it in a long time,
yeah.
but it's been going on strong. And
Yeah.
these numbers, they pretty much make $1 billion a year, pretty much. And from this year, we'll see how it goes because they've recently changed their rules.
Okay.
That now it's back to pre-COVID time. So because they had certain things in Pokemon Go that made it easier because
Yeah.
you couldn't go everywhere because of COVID and all that type
Okay.
of stuff. So they made things easier.
Yeah.
And then now they're bringing it back to pre-COVID time. So we'll see, because they made more money when they had all the special rules on it, because a lot of people was able to do certain things.
Yeah.
But now because they don't know how much money they're gonna make for the later half of the year, because they just changed the rule literally a week and a half ago.
Okay.
So we'll see how it will work. But I just found that number incredible that they made that just with Pokemon Go.
Jesus.
Just with Pokemon Go. 5 billion.
Not with Nintendo's help, which shows the actual pull that the Pokemon company can have.
Well, Pokemon's worldwide. Pokemon, everyone loves Pokemon. No matter
Everybody
if you're
loves Pokemon.
5
We know
years
that.
Old, no matter if you're 5 years old or 80 years old, you freaking love
You
Pokemon.
fucking love that shit. You fucking love that. That's what you do. Absolutely. But 5 billion.
5 billion in revenue. Revenue.
And I'm glad they're
That's
dependent.
money.
I'm glad they are a dependent company because Nintendo could have snatched them, and it could have been their Nintendo rules. And you know how they go. They're very like stingy when it comes to giving out IPs.
They're very tight with their IPs. Like super tight with their
Yeah.
IPs.
They're very tight with their IPs. So now we're going to go ahead and shift it. So I think our last topic of the day, besides a little breaking news that we're going to see, and this is in regards to the Zelda.
Yeah, so the original.
Yeah, so hit me with this, because I wasn't hip to this situation here.
So pretty much.
I have a generic Zelda picture.
Yeah.
It probably is not reflected for what we're going to talk about.
But it's fine. So
Yes.
pretty much Legend of Zelda, as you know, is a very classic first of the Legend of Zelda series games that came out for the original Nintendo system back in '87. Now, they usually getting like sealed copies of this game is very rare to find. They have recently just have a recently sealed, no, not recently sealed, a sealed copy of the 1987 version of Legend of Zelda. Now, what makes this more rare than usual is this is one of the first prints of the game.
Okay.
Meaning that this came out literally like the first couple of months after the game came out. And then after that, they did a reprint of other games. So, of the same game, but like different kind of reprints. So this is a first print of the game.
Damn. Authentic.
So there's a company called Heritage Auctions that usually sell these type of games to, sellers that want to buy them.
Yeah.
For buyers who want to buy them. Heritage Auction does a lot of these type of deals. Like last April, they sold Super Mario, which is the original for the for the Nintendo system, for $660,000. Now this Zelda, which just went live today, but before it went live, earlier in the week, it was already over 100K.
So your prediction is how much you think is going to end up auctioning for?
If it went over 100K before auction, and now the auction just started today, I don't know if it's going to reach 660K, but it's going to be pretty damn close.
I'm saying 840,000.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know, because I think it's Mario. It's really tough to top Mario, but collectors are collectors, and they love shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
If I had money like that, because I'm a game collector now, if I had money like that, I would do it.
Yeah, if you were Jeff Bezos, yeah.
I would do that. But I don't got money like that, so I can't do that.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it is a collector's item. The last time my increase, to see an increase of a popularity of price was Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the PlayStation 2, and that was $80 used.
Or you should see the price of it now.
Is it crazy?
I think it's like heading up almost $200 right now. There's some games, like there's one game that I will forever regret not getting while I was at GameStop, because I was working at GameStop and I saw it for $20, and I regret not getting it. The game is called Rule of Rose. It was a horror game for the PS2, and you know I like those type of games. I was going to buy it, but I was like, you know what? It'll be fine. I won't worry about it. It was a complete edition to have an instruction book and everything. At GameStop, it's very rare to get things like that.
Yeah.
I should have bought it at that time. Do you know how much that game is going for right
That
now?
sucks, dude.
Do you want to know how much?
Based on your face, it sucks. Hit it.
$700. Cause you know why? It was released at the end of the PlayStation 2's time. It was limited release, and it did not sell well.
Damn.
I regret not buying it. I was so pissed. I want that game for my collection now, but it's like I don't want to spend $700.
Yeah, you don't want to spend 700 out.
Like, I regret every time.
Man, one day you're gonna be like, hey, call me and be like, hey, what's going on? But it is something bad. What? Remember the $700? I'll just hang up on you.
You'll be just you're like,
You a super hoe. Click, boom, bam, bam,
and then
bam.
when I come over, the first thing I'll do is,
Yeah. Are you kidding me? $700 mother dollars? What can you do?
that just pisses me off every time. But yeah, things like that, like collectors go crazy for. They love that exclusivity. You know that people love the exclusivity.
Yeah, it's a habit. So we're gonna look at breaking news, and breaking news segment is near the tail end of just hot off the presses news. And we're look at that. I don't know why they've mentioned race on it, but we're going to read it as is based on Kotaku. Black woman gets 2 world records for her vast vintage gaming collection.
That's good.
What if it was 2 white women? Would it be on it? What about 2 Asians? Would it be on it? What about 2 Spanish? Would it be on it?
Let's not get into race.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, it doesn't make... But, okay, that's one of them.
It's cool that she did that, though. Her collection must be immaculate.
Uh-oh. This is something I might not like.
But, okay.
Studio behind Demon Slayer anime indicted for tax evasion. This is 12 hours ago.
Oh, jeez.
Courtesy of Tukatu. Tokyo prosecutors have indicted anime studio UFO Table and its founder Hikaru Kodo for evading around $1.2 million in taxes. NHK and ANN News reports that between 2015 and 2018, the studio condo hid around $4 million in company earnings, according to sources.
Ooh.
The president had a secret stash of cash at home.
Is this some, like, freaking,
I might have to say that because that might come out next week. We might have to dive in a little bit more.
God.
Yeah.
I hope this doesn't ruin the second season.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I really hope it doesn't ruin the second season.
That actually was a good breaking news.
I hope it doesn't ruin the second season.
That was an actual hardcore one. So let's go ahead and read that one more time for you guys to understand what just actually went down. This is a TikTok type of one here, man. Like this is damn it. Usually our breaking news is kind of like lightweight stuff. This one's kind of big.
This one is going to jail for fraud.
Yeah. This one's kind of big.
money.
Because the State of Play just released the trailer of this Demon Slayers. Studio behind Demon Slayers anime indicted for tax evasion. Yeah, it's gotta be. The soul of the damn freaking franchise.
Like I said, I'm worried about season 2 now.
Oh, snap.
Because it's a popular, you know how popular this is?
Apparently, it's got a damn release, and it did better numbers than, what was the competing box office for Demon Slayer? We watched that movie. What's it, Quiet Place? I think it did better than better than Quiet Place.
It did so well in theaters. It did so fucking well in theaters.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
That's
God.
weird.
I really do hope this doesn't mess up the second season. Because that would be sad.
So The Witcher 3 will get free DLC inspired by the Netflix show.
Oh, that's good. I have to watch the Netflix show still.
She watched it. I barely remember it. I watched half of it.
It's on my list of shows to watch. It's only 10 episodes on my
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on my list. I'm just watching something else right now.
Oh, crap. We just talked about this.
But
There goes my hope. Damn! This breaking news today is kind of heavy today.
what happened?
Jesus. Sony will lose another big PS5 exclusive in September 2022.
Which is?
Guess what I mentioned earlier that I hope they would extend?
Oh, it's Deathloop. I knew that. Because Bethesda owns it. You know what Microsoft owns it.
Yeah, and I just thought maybe it would be
When's it
successful.
coming out?
Deathloop is one of the few big PlayStation 5 exclusive releasing this year, but it was never going to remain only on Sony's next-gen consoles. Now we know exactly when its exclusivity period ends.
When does it end?
September 14th, 2022.
So it's a year. So it's a year. Okay.
So,
Yeah, they did mention it was going to be a year.
all right, so there goes that. Damn, so no more, and you already know it's going to go to Xbox.
Well, you
Damn.
know that.
Damn, man. So that means we all enjoy it, but we got to get an Xbox to play it?
No.
I got Game Pass Ultimate. I ain't paying the Xbox system. I'm all set with that. Bizarre Scarlet Nexus Shadow Glitch game. Yeah, I heard about that.
Talk about Scarlet Nexus. That's what I'm playing right now. It's actually pretty good.
Is it good?
I'm having fun with it.
The cover looks something totally different than what it actually is.
It's pretty much it's an action-oriented RPG, but it's mainly action. Like there's no like turn-based. It's actually action. I like it. It's very anime. It's super anime.
I love how.
And the way the cutscenes work, they literally
Yeah.
look like you're playing a manga.
That's
Like
cool.
they have like the screens and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It looks exactly like a manga and stuff, and they have like the voice acting and all that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
really cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Like I mean, the
awesome.
way they did, so it's not like actual like, cutscenes.
You know what I found out?
It's kind of different how they did it.
You know what I found out? That clearly, shout out to Vinny the Rager and Ali, they've been doing, and they haven't told me a thing, and I've just read it on a feed
What?
in YouTube, and I watched it. Picture-in-picture gameplay. I could play my Call of Duty game. I could request to watch your game that you're playing and put it on the side of my game while I'm playing my game. I could watch your game while playing my game at the same time. I could pin it. I could have it half screen, so my screen and then your screen, and I could talk with you on the PlayStation Party. So I could talk to you, chilling, and you're playing Scarlet Nexus, and I'm watching you while I'm playing my Call of Duty.
Really? Interesting.
And we're gonna do that somehow next week. Cause I didn't even know about that feature. I found that out with YouTube. I found that through YouTube.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Sony's been releasing like tutorials.
You don't need anything special?
No, it's you. You got a PS5?
Well, I just want
There you go.
to make sure. I didn't know I had to buy something extra.
I'm saying, and then my dumb ass, I went ahead and I sent it to my peers. I'm like, yo, look at that. They're like, yeah, I've been over that. I'm like, what you mean? Really? I didn't fucking know that. I didn't know that at all.
That's cool though. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. What? That's confusing to even talk about right now. Yeah, it doesn't seem.
Yeah, I think we announced pretty much. I looked over everything before I left work today, and it seemed like we got most of the stuff.
Yeah, I'm just saying because again, we just hit two big, huge news of breaking news. So I'm trying to go through and see what else we're going to be missing. Huh? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to read this because it's kind of funny.
Good.
Marvel Avengers tries winning back players with horny Captain America.
Oh yeah, the shirtless one.
What the hell? So stupid.
Thirst traps.
Thirst traps is real. Autonomous Primes 2021. That's how I view them. PS4 and Xbox Ones are now just as hard to find as next-gen consoles. Are you kidding? Damn! Oh, this whole year is going to be screwed.
Yeah, you can't even get
This whole year is going to be screwed when it comes to
You
that.
can't even get a PS4 and Xbox One. Thank God I have both systems.
Yeah, right? So I think that concludes our episode.
Yeah, I think we're good.
It was nice, productive, but light. But again, we're here to give you the news and updates in our opinions. And
Exactly.
we gave you an opinion, and again, we didn't want to really dive into our anger when it came to the money ads, but we're going to see what happens next week because EA denied it. They might come out with something different. But again, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell to know when we are on at 7:30 on Fridays each and every week. B.o.P Gaming. Catch us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter,
TikTok.
On the actual ticker itself, you show our tags, TikTok as well, because we talked about the infamous Xbox for Stadia. A lot of people didn't realize. Oh, I thought it was Epic versus Apple. No, it's not. It's the undercover fight Xbox for Stadia. Stadia will die. That's all I'm saying. But yes, again, thank you guys for viewing, showing up, and those that are watching after our live stream. Thank you for viewing. Sharing is caring. At the end of the day, we give you the news that you like in an easy, digestible way to understand, so we all are hip to the gaming world. Killer Whisk, PSN, and Xbox, Killer Whisk.
Outlanders,